Hey y'all, join me in reading this book, Sankofa Ananse. This book is written by Dr. Therese Johnson Morgan, and the co-contributors are Sankofa and Ananse are the main characters in this book. These two characters represent Adinkra symbols that are African symbols, Ananse and Sankofa. These are the symbols, Sankofa, Ananse, that represent the logo in Black art, culture, and education. Sankofa, the literal meaning is go back and fetch it. The symbol is a bird reaching back for an egg upon its back. The bird is a symbol of wisdom, remembrance, restoration, and intergenerational learning. The egg is the gem of life. It represents giving knowledge of the past and wisdom for the future generations. Ananse. Ananse's literal meaning is spider. It's a symbol of stories, and it represents creativity, storytelling, intelligence, strategy, and the interconnectedness of humanity. Ananse. When you purchase this book, you also support Black art, culture, and education. This is the affirmation that youth read every morning, and we encourage you all to read this affirmation. It is a great affirmation for youth as well as for adults. In the heart of Ghana, amongst lush forests and whispering winds, lived a bird named Sankofa. Her feathers shimmered with deep crimson, gold, black, and emerald, like the tapestry of the continent itself. And her eyes were glowing, green, wise, and full of wonder. Sankofa wandered through a botanical garden, bursting with life. Hibiscus blooming like fire, sunflowers dancing in praise, and the baobab tree standing tall like ancient elders. The goddess Asase Yaa, earth mother and nurturer of life, smiled from the roots and leaves, sending warm winds to guide Sankofa's steps. Sankofa was searching for something sacred, a golden egg. This golden egg her grandmother told her about Abba. Abba told her stories about this egg, glowing like the African sun. It was said to hold power, memory, and purpose. Up high in the Saba Pendatra tree spun Ananse, a clever black spider with long, elegant legs and ruby red eyes. Ananse had watched generations of creatures pass through this sacred land. From his silky web, he noticed Sankofa looking, thinking, and feeling. Curious, he dropped from a thread and greeted her. "What are you searching for?" he asked. I'm looking for a magical egg of wisdom, glowing gold that holds my people's truth," she replied. Ananse was intrigued. Then let us see it. Let us see it together," he said, his voice as soft as silk and sharp as insight. And so began their journey. They walked through the sacred groves where waterfalls sang and mist painted the air with silver dreams. The sound led them to a shimmering pond that flowed into the ancient Nile River. There, through the sparkling spray, they spotted a glowing yellow shape. Hope fluttered in their hearts. The egg lay beyond a mighty waterfall. Ananse feared falling. Sankofa thought and reasoned. Let's go together. I'll swim. You hold on to my back. Ananse trusted her. They crossed the water as a team, united in courage. But what they found was not an egg. It was a golden African daisy, radiant in the hand of the goddess Oshun, shimmering in beauty and grace. Disappointed but undeterred, they moved on. Next, they faced a great mountain, its peak kissed by clouds. Sankofa remembered a story Baba once told her of Osain, the god of forest and healing herbs. The mountain was his. Within it was a passage only opened by memory and ancestral trust. They followed the path of the ancestral stories. She was so glad she reflected and remembered. But when they reached the mountaintop, the glowing orb was no egg. It was a glistening citrine gem, beautiful, but not the treasure they sought. Still, they did not give up. Sankofa and Ananse go down to the mountain and through a jungle alive with sounds, hoots, roars, rustles, and whistles. As they walk, Ananse notices a yellow egg-shaped image in a tree. They begin to get really excited and start running towards the tree. They look up and see that the image is a bright yellow lemon. Again, with great disappointment, they decide to muster the strength to continue on the journey. They continue to walk through the jungle and notice many animals. They are afraid and have to find the courage to be creative and get past the animals. Ananse offers to speedily spin a web attached to the trees to hide them as they get past the animals. They know if they were caught, Sankofa would be eaten, and although Ananse could easily escape in a tree, he was loyal to his friend, so he used his web as a cloak of invisibility woven from love and cleverness. Through it, they crept unnoticed past lions, panthers, and pythons. They pressed on as night fell. The sky wore a blanket of stars, and the moon followed their footsteps. Suddenly, the earth gave way, and they fell into a hidden cave aglow with soft yellow light. It was Kikobi's cave, the cave of beginnings and endings, of sky and earth. They approached the light, but it was a rare yellow diamond, not the egg. Disheartened, they climbed out of the cave only to find a bush ablaze, not in destruction, but in divine power. The burning bush crackled with orange and red fire, and through it spoke the voice of Shango, god of thunder and truth. The words were in an ancient tongue. Sankofa paused. She listened. She remembered. Her mind reached back to languages of old, and then she understood. Go to the ocean, the voice said. There you will find what you seek. Sankofa and Ananse reached the sea at dawn. Yemaya, goddess of oceans and motherhood, arose from the waves in a swirl of teal and turquoise. Her waters formed a ring around Sankofa and Ananse, reflecting their image like a sacred mirror. In that reflection, Sankofa saw herself, her radiant feathers, her fierce green eyes, and in the center of her chest, a golden glow. Ananse whispered, "The egg you searched for was never lost. It lived in you all along." With careful legs, Ananse reached into Sankofa's heart and gently pulled out the golden egg. Ananse gave the glowing egg to Sankofa, and she held it in her beak, looking back. The egg awakened the power within. She understood that sacred treasures are the truths that live inside you. Always cherish the memories of the past, learn from your history, and honor your heritage. Celebrate your community and value teamwork. Go forward in this world with the power of your ancestors to glow with greatness. Sankofa Ananse. I hope you all enjoyed this book. I think it's a beautiful story for adults, for teenagers, and of course for young children as they learn how to build courage, resilience, and never give up hope. They learn the value of teamwork, of self love, of history, and of believing in themselves, and that they always have the power within themselves. So I encourage you all to go and get this book, read it, and cherish it. When you purchase this book, you are making a difference, not just in your life and your children's lives, but also in the community. Go to our website at blackace.net to learn more about what we do and the impact we make in the community. And we thank you. We thank you for your support, and we thank you for the difference you make. And this book is a powerful story that goes beyond generations and goes beyond race and culture. Anyone can read this book, regardless of their background, and appreciate the story and connect with the journey. This book is lovingly dedicated to youth across the globe, from the sacred soils of Africa to the bustling streets of Asia, the vibrant diasporas of the Americas, and the rhythmic heartbeats of the Caribbean. May you always know that you are born of brilliance, beauty, boldness, and boundless potential. May you carry your ancestry like a crown and your culture like a compass. Remember, to know your future, you must first reach back and reclaim your past. Sankofa. This book has an affirmation at the beginning, and this affirmation was co-written by youth at Base Community Learning Center. And this affirmation is a beautiful affirmation for all people to read. It's a great affirmation to read in the mornings as you rise. It says, I rise in glory, purpose, and power. My ancestors guide me with strength and love. I walk like Sankofa, learning from the past to build the future. I create like Ananse, with genius, courage, and vision. I am brave. I am smart. I am strong. I am beautiful. I am enough. And I love who I am. I will learn. I will grow. I will listen. I will lead with empathy, kindness, and integrity. I celebrate my culture as a child of Alkebulan, land of my ancestors. I am a dream come true. I stand in justice, freedom, and love. I am Black excellence. I belong. I am here. I am base. And I am ready. Ashe. This book honors our heritage, preserves our history, appreciates our art, and celebrates our culture. All proceeds from this book supports the mission of Black art, culture, and education. BASE is a nonprofit organization that uplifts Black communities through education, creative expression, cultural empowerment, and spiritual liberation. Our vision is to create a world where Black people thrive in excellence, healing, and joy. We aim to inspire, educate, and elevate Black lives through the arts, heritage, culture, and innovation. Please support Black art, culture, and education.